Alrighty, excuse the wife beater, but it is way too fucking hot in my study to actually wear a shirt. And my camera's overheating and I'm overheating and it's all fucking good because we choose to be uncomfortable, which is what I'm going to talk about. So this one I'm going to talk about becoming the guy or becoming the man, and I guess what that means. There's no real tangible work here. This is just another one of the adopting the mindset, right? We love these ones because I get a little fucking ranty and just go on a big old rant. Also, by the way, if you haven't started listening to the Apex Performance podcast, what are you doing? We're like 58 episodes deep. And it's, typically an hour of just, those moments where I'm hell fucking heated and ranting and talking about some, not being a bitch and doing what you need to do in order to succeed and fuck the world and all that. That's what my podcast is for an hour. So please hit the link below, go listen to the Apex Performance podcast or just search up the Apex Performance podcast wherever you do listen to your podcasts. Obviously being a men's body mindset and business coach, I speak to a lot of men, and there's this weird transition in a guy's life where they have a kid. Hopefully they don't just have a kid and become a shit cunt. Hopefully they have the realization that I'm about to share with you, and that is that they become the man, right? They step into this masculine, I'm the fucking man of the house kind of role, and it really makes motherfuckers do shit, to keep it, scientific terms, of course. But I speak to a lot of guys and they, say that they were 160 kilos. They tried to lose a bit of weight. Maybe they got down to 150 and then they stopped, and then their missus got pregnant and they were like, oh, fuck, I need to lose this weight now because I'm going to have another kid. I'm going to have a kid, a little me running around, modeling me. And that's the real thing. So one, we're going to talk the whole women's side of it, and then we're going to talk the kids side of it, and then we're going to just talk, becoming who you need to be in order to succeed. So number one, the women side of it. Now, I'm not an expert on women. I'm not a, dating coach, or there's like pickup coaches, and when I was 18, 19, like there's a few books behind me that are about the art of picking up ladies, and like there's this technique called peacocking, and maybe you've looked into it before, you've heard it, and like this motherfucker will just wear this big fluffy hat out to a club to attract women. Now, don't be such a dick, don't be such a gay cunt that you wear a big fluffy hat. Just get jacked, right? Because it's very simple. Instead of being a douchebag and being a skinny little weird guy in skinny jeans and a studded belt with a fucking pink hat on, just get jacked. You can become your own fucking peacock. It's called your shoulders and your chest. But no, on a serious matter, like I'm not an expert on women. However, I do know that women are survival creatures, right? Men are like real building, and we like to take risks because the risk to the reward is sometimes worth it. Where we like to conquer, we like to go out and hunt and gather and build civilizations, and like just study any kind of history and you'll see like men were at the forefront of exploration and discovery and all that shit. There's a few women that defy the odds here. There's a few outliers, but majority of the time it's men. Not to say women can't do that, not at all. I wouldn't dare. But women they're more protective with resources, right? Every time I talk to a guy, well, not every time, but I get a lot of guys that are like, oh yeah, well, I'll have to go and check with the missus and see if, all I hear is you have zero balls and, no penis. But a man will be like, oh, fuck, okay, pay $100 a week for coaching, or if it's, $5,000 for some like business course, that's going to make you six figures, right? If you do the work, it's going to make you multiple six figures. That is a good idea for a guy. We think with numbers, we think logically, all right, cool, I can build, I can do all this. A woman, majority of the times, they're going to be like, oh, nah, we need the money, right? We need the money now because they can't see. It's not to be sexist, it's not to be anything like that, but like, fuck. They just can't see the big picture, whereas a dude a lot of the time can. And I don't know where all that stems from. I haven't looked to the evolutionary psychology of women, but I'm sure it's something to do with beliefs in them. Anyway, why am I saying this? Because a woman needs resources and a woman needs protection. They like to play it safe. They like to be protected. So that's why a lot of the time, like you'll see this real hot chick with like a guy that has money and you're all like, oh, it's because he has money. It's because he has resources, but he also has confidence because he's wealthy. I used to just think, oh no, it's because of confidence. If you can become confident, that is true in a sense. Like there's also, different side of the coin. Confident, funny people that have no money and they have some hot bitch and it's because they're confident and all that. But if they can't provide resources and security, two big fucking things, at the end of the day, that song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, if they have to wear the pants in the relationship, if they have to call all the shots, bro, as soon as someone comes along that offers safety and security, they're probably going to end up fucking cheating on you with that person. Like, it's blunt, right? But my missus is always like, oh, I'd love you regardless of if you were big. I'd love you regardless of like if you went broke. And it's like, yeah, but it's not about that. Like it's not about the money. It's not about muscle, but it's what those two things did for me as a human. Like I'm more confident. I can provide. I can take care of her. If I lost those, like if I lost the physical money and muscle, I think I'd lose the resourcefulness and the ability to protect and that security in which, sure, some women step up to the plate, but I genuinely feel like a woman doesn't want to do that shit. But before I get cancelled, which I don't really give a fuck about, this is my brand now, like, let's talk about you. Because really, if you're a strong masculine man, she's gonna fucking love and respect that. If you can take care of her, if you can provide for her, if you can offer safety and security and abundance, and she can just live in that feminine energy and not have to step into the role of the provider and become this female with masculine energy because she's the boss bitch and she makes more money than you and she provides. You can't lose that energy. I think as soon as in a relationship, as soon as that energy is off and she wears the fucking pants and you're just a little bitch, the relationship should be called right then and there. Unless you can switch it again, fantastic. But I genuinely think like that energy, as soon as it's off, that balance, as soon as it's fucked, like call the relationship there. That's why people cheat. That's why people like fucking are unhappy in relationships because, there can be other reasons, but this is a good one because typically when a female falls in love, they fall in love with the idea of like you and what you can provide and what you can bring and what you can, like your life together. You're just like, oh, dude, she has a hectic butt. Oh, look at the tits on her. Like, she gives good head, whatever. Eventually we fall in love, but it's very different. So if she can see this big future with you and then you slowly become a little bit of a bitch every day, and going back to what I said, you take the path of least resistance, you do the things that give you the instant dopamine hit instead of actually, forcing yourself to do the things that you need to do, even if you don't want to do it, so that you can become successful. If you start being the bitch that chooses the easy option, she's eventually that fire sizzles out. You've always got to be in that masculine energy. You've always got to be the provider. You've always got to step into that role because I think it's needed in order for the relationship to work. But becoming the guy or becoming the man, you need to do that so that there's a proper balance in that relationship. And this isn't even stepping away from relationships. Like this is just even you, even if you're not in a relationship, No chick is gonna, get attracted to a dude that's a little bit of a bitch, right? The only person that will is some weird fucking lesbian chick that, like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not what you want. You don't want some fucking dominatrix bitch that wants to put you on the bitch every day and walk you around with a little leash and chain. That's gay. That's super gay. But completely stepping away from relationships. Like, you just need to be the guy in general. The guy that can fucking do it all. Provide for your family, the partner, kids, parents, whatever. Like, goes to the gym, does the thing for their business, like has the job, has the business, goes to the gym, eats the food. I get so many people that they're like, oh, I just don't know how you do it. Like, how do you eat the same thing every day? How do you train every day? Oh, how long do you train for every day? Just shut the fuck up and do it. This is so fucking simple. You just have to fall in love with the process of doing the thing that is hard. You have to learn how to put yourself out of your comfort zone, because nothing ever good happens in your comfort zone, right? I think during the day, we're out of our comfort zone, we're out of our bed, we're out of, we're in the world. So we start to think, we're like, yeah, I could do that. And then it gets to the 11 o'clock at night and you're in your little bed and you're like, oh, I don't really want to do that. Like, because you're in your comfort zone. Nothing, it's just a good representation of the whole comfort zone thing. But nothing good happens in your comfort zone. So learning how to live life out of your comfort zone, falling in love with being out of your comfort zone, falling in love with doing the challenging thing because it's the fucking challenging thing, falling in love with not taking the path of least resistance, and just doing what you need to in order to succeed and becoming the man that does it all. That is how you're going to be successful. That is how you're going to attract the girl, the wife, whatever. You need to become that guy because people love that guy. You're going to win business deals. You're going to get better friends. You're going to get better girls. No one wants to be around the little sad sack of shit that complains all the time. They want to be around the positive, can-do motherfucker that finds the solution to every problem. And it's because you've built the fucking mindset over the last few weeks, months, years, where that's who you are. But it's the mindset. You need to become the guy that actually challenges yourself. You need to be the guy that tests that mental toughness, that mental resilience. You need to become the guy that steps into that masculine role, knows there's people depending on you, because that's the masculine role. That's the masculine essence. To be the leader, the protector. Nothing good ever happened in a comfort zone. So learn to live outside of your comfort zone. Become the guy, become the man. And if that's the mentality that you adopt, then, your life is going to be a certain type of way. If you're the guy that's, quite frankly, a little bit of a bitch, I can tell you how your life's going to turn out. It's going to be shit. But if you can step into that role, if you step into becoming the guy, if that's what you create, if that's what you manifest and create, then you're going to have a very successful life. But it all starts up here. Okay, so just a little thing that I wanted to include here. Anyone can step into that masculine role. Anyone can step into being the man. Because there's a lot of females that, because men are such bitches these days, there's a lot of women that have had to step into that role. Maybe it's you, maybe it's your girlfriend, maybe it's, your mum was a single mum and she had to put food on the table, so she became the guy. Anyone can become the guy. It's not a sexist thing. When I was talking about, different roles and in genders, that's fine. There's allowed to be different roles. Women are inherently more caring and nurturing. Men are a bit more fucking aggressive, and that's a good thing. If you're watching this, if you're a chick and you found your way in here and you're like, oh my God, that's super sexist. You can be the guy, but when it comes to getting fucked, you're going to want the guy, right? No chick that is in this masculine energy wants to be the dominant one when it comes to the bedroom. When it comes to the bedroom, the man is the man and the woman is the woman, right? This is very right-winged. It's very traditional-minded of me. but a chick is always going to want a guy that's more dominant than her. So yes, there may be a bit of a fight for who has the dominance. There might be a bit of an energy balance that we need to figure out. And I say this from experience because my fiance probably has more fucking balls than most guys. Not in a physical sense, just the way she was brought up. She is very stoic. She is a hard worker, probably the best employee that I fucking know. And compared to a lot of the dudes that I know, she has better traits than any of them. So technically she'd be more masculine energied than a lot of other guys. However, I had to be more than that because I know deep down that every girl wants their man to be a fucking man. If they're a female, but they have pretty fucking masculine traits and energy, not features, that's a different thing completely, but a bit of masculine energy, they're just not a fucking pussy, then they're gonna want their man to be above that. I think that's potentially the issue with the whole fucking world at the moment. Because there's such soft bitch men, these women are having to become the guy. A lot of the guys are getting threatened and emasculated, and it just becomes this massive power struggle when really men just have to be fucking men. If you're watching this, I guarantee if your chick makes more than you, she wants you to step up and become the fucking man. I guarantee it, because no chick wants to be fucked by some feminine little guy. Otherwise, they'd probably go fuck chicks. You know, if she's straight, then she wants a guy to fuck her. She wants a guy to have more masculine energy than her. This isn't a hard thing to conceptualize. A female wants a fucking male, and a male wants a female. And when you're in that male role, right, let's say that you don't like the whole masculine energy kind of chicks, then you have to out-masculine her, step into that role more, so that she can step into her feminine energy. When a chick has to live in this masculine energy because you're such a little bitch, that's when the energy shift is off. That's when relationships break up and break down. So if your missus is up here in terms of like being the man of the fucking household, you need to go up here and then she can start to get back into her feminine energy. But because you're being such a little bit of a bitch, that's shooting you in the ass. Oh, fuck her, she makes more than me. It doesn't matter. You just need to become more of a fucking man, allow her to be in her silly, goofy, little feminine energy, and then that balance is gonna be restored and you're gonna be sweet. Because at the end of the day, no chick wants to get fucked by a little feminine little man. They want a strong masculine man, and that's why you need that I'm the man kind of mentality. So I didn't want this to come across as sexist at all, but obviously we're talking about feminine and masculine energy. People are gonna take that the wrong way. Let them fucking take it the wrong way. But if you're a chick and you're in that masculine energy, or you're a dude and you know someone that was in that female energy, yes, if a woman doesn't have the presence of that masculine man in her life and she has to become that to provide for everyone else, then she's going to become the man. But you need to become more of the man. You need to step into that masculine role more than her, which is going to be easy anyway because you're a fucking man. It should come to you naturally. Don't be a little fucking bitch. Don't step into the feminine energy and let her be the man and you're a little bit of a bitch, because it just never works out. Eventually, the female will start looking for a more masculine man. Just like if you had stepped in your feminine energy, you'd want to find someone that's more feminine than you. So you'd start looking for someone that's more of a girly girl, and then that's the end of the relationship. So if that is it, if you know someone, if you are kind of arguing me on this when you first heard it, just know, like, be a fucking man. Let your missus be in her feminine energy, which is only going to happen if you actually man the fuck up and step into your masculine energy and own that shit 100%. Be the man, take care of everyone, do everything, because you're the fucking man.